So guess which country is most anxious to jump into bed with Iran once sanctions are lifted? Liz McDonald, Mark Serrano, and Dagan McDowell are here. Mark, I would have said Russia.
No,
but you say
wrong. Japan. And here's why. Before the sanctions went into place, Japan had 10% of their oil imports were coming from Iran. Right? So now they are first in line. They've already met with the Iranians. They want that 10% back again, and as soon as possible. But here's what's scary about this is, in addition to the unfrozen assets that Iran will get at the end of this year of $150 billion, next year they're expected to get $185 billion in oil and gas investments.
Unbelievable.
I think these countries and these companies are crazy because in a year and a half from now, a president may turn the sanctions back on.
Well, that's true, but it's going to be hard to get the European sanctions back on once they're off.
Yeah, the snapback is not so snapback on, right? So, it's Iran, the ballpark figure, Iran's needs oil to be at $120 to $137 a barrel for the economy to stabilize there. Watch what Japan also wants. Iran is surprisingly rich in mineral reserves. It has 60 billion metric tons. It's got zinc, copper, coal, iron ore, iron. So, Japan has a big steel industry over there. They are eyeing very closely Iran's mineral reserves as well.
So,
Japan's not first. Japan isn't even first. Senior government officials
from America,
from Germany, from France, from Serbia, from Italy have already been to Tehran. They were there as soon as it looked like this deal was going to get done. That's why these sanctions will never snap back, because they're going to be inextricably linked with Iran. There was a deal that Finmeccanica, this giant Italian company, already did with a company in Iran that is controlled by Iran's leadership to build a power plant, €500 million. They're already in bed with Iran.
We're just looking at U.S. companies on the screen. You can put that back on the screen. U.S. companies that are jumping over themselves to get a part of the deal, too.
I'm telling you, it's still a risky investment, I think, over the next year and a half, because guess who the biggest loser is Israel. Israel's going to be. I can't believe these companies are turning their back on Israel like this.
Well,
these countries.
These companies are companies,
no,
not
these
countries.
Countries, right, are turning their back on Israel.
But the bottom line is, Liz McDonald, they don't care. They just want a piece of the action. What they care more than anything else is being financially secure, and they think that this deal allows them to be more financially secure.
Yeah, and also, getting back to Japan, also have Japan's electric car industry, because they're building ties to build. Japan wants to build electric car factories and plants in Iran. We still got to mention that a fifth of Iran's economy is controlled by the Revolutionary Guard. They control oil, they can control construction, and all sorts of industries.
If you're a company and your money just happens to get funneled to a terror group, Hamas, Hezbollah, you name it, and there's an atrocity committed, you can get sued. Ask David Boies. They know all about it.
But these countries are desperate right now, Mark. That's the bottom line. Europe still is in a very, very soft spot right now. They are close to recession. Some countries are in recession, like Italy, et cetera. They don't care about the long term. They're looking about right now.
I appreciate that, because they are looking for a new market. Right? It's a whole new marketplace, so naturally they're going to go at it right away. You're right. Italy and France were there, but Japan is there in a big way. And the price of gas has got to come up for it to be worth their while. But I think long term, it's a big mistake.
Mark, good to see you, ladies. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, investors everywhere are